Hi, Leos. Welcome back to Masterful Divine Feminine 333. This is your zodiac reading for the first quarter of 2025. I did get a little bit behind on the zodiacs, but at the same time, I wanted to make sure that when I did the readings, it's because of it needing to have been done at that time and not trying to rush to get them out. So you're actually one of the last two zodiacs. I think it's just you and Sagittarius. So Sagittarius season could be significant. Before the reading, I was a little bit chaotic, kind of rushing to get it done. So I'm not sure if maybe some of you are feeling like some tension, some resistance, some frustration. But so what we're going to do is we're going to get a few tarot cards just to get like the main energy, and we'll take it from there. The goal of this reading is to give you a heads up of what you can expect for the remaining first 3 months of 2025, as well as any advice that you may need to help you on your journey. I do channel primarily for divine feminines. My readings are non-gender based. So if you are a divine masculine, it could be that you are looking to tap in more into your feminine energy, right? An energy of receiving. We all aim to have a balance of both feminine and masculine energy. So let's get right in, Leos. Okay. I am okay. I am getting a stubborn energy from some of you, like anger. I don't know. Are you mad that you're one of the last zodiacs? Well, the zodiacs haven't been doing that well on the channel anyway, but when this reading finds you, I hope that it does serve you, dear Leo. All right, we have the King of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords, the Hierophant. It's a lot of cards. The Three of Swords, and then we have the Seven of Cups and the King of Pentacles. Oh, I didn't mention the Hierophant, which is in reverse. So, personal beliefs, rebellion, freedom, blind faith, misconception, going against rules, which is right next to other sword energy, the Seven of Swords, and then the Three of Swords. So heartbreak, breakup. Some of you could be experiencing depression at this time, or even involved in a love triangle, or recently separated from someone because of a love triangle. Like you're kind of frustrated with playing it safe, I'm getting. Okay. You could be dealing with a Gemini or a Libra. Queen of Pentacles. Okay. So there's work to be done here, right? There's work to be done from this heavy sword energy and the Hierophant in reverse. There's releasing the fears, the doubts, negative thoughts, restrictions, being in that victim mentality, like, oh my God, I can't get it right. I keep trying, I just can't get it right. Releasing heartbreak that you may be holding on to from possibly the death of a loved one. For some of you, I'm getting actually a young child. Releasing some of those burdens and transitioning into a place where you're not being entrapped by that heavy sword energy, right? All of those restrictions, the victim mentality, the isolation, You're not in the emotional pain. You're not being held down by that anymore. You're transitioning into balancing yourself. Queen of Pentacles, protective, generous, motherly, providing financial, nurturing, and practical support and guidance to yourself, right? And then the Seven of Pentacles, being diligent, developing some skills, mastering some good habits. The King of Wands, being a strong leader, being courageous, mature, career driven, and successful. And then the last two cards that came out, the Eight of Cups. So freeing yourself from abandonment wounds. I can see that by Pisces season that you may be triggered. During that season, you could be celebrating the anniversary of a loved one who passed away around Pisces season. And then last but not least, the King of Pentacles, I almost said the Queen of Pentacles, upright, is realistic, dependable, providing wealth, business, security, abundance, prosperity, and generosity. So there seems to be a big shift that's going to be taking place from you're probably going through it now, the heavy sword energy towards the last 2 months of the first quarter. So anywhere between February, which is coming up. Again, this reading is timeless. So whenever you are watching this reading, if you are on the current time I'm in, like today's January 23rd, I think, then take it as it resonates. If you're watching this reading and it's way past this first quarter, the point is you're going through this transition period. Because you're going to find this reading when you're meant to, and you're releasing the burdens. Some of you probably just went through a really bad breakup. It could have been like a third party situation. If you resonate with a twin flame connection that's coming through, and that person left you and you're heartbroken, but either way, you're moving into focusing on self, focusing on your money. There's a lot of pentacle energy that came out. Pentacle represents practical energy, dependable, and dependability, wealth, money, success. So you're making it a priority to shift your energy from the worries and the fears and the abandonment into focusing on your financial stability. So I see that's what's coming through for you for this first quarter, for whenever you're catching this reading. Let's see what else we got for you. Okay, we have the Nine of Swords. Nightmares, anxiety. Some of you could currently be facing a lot of despair, trauma, insomnia. You're not sleeping, you're overwhelmed. But then the Death card came out right after that. And I think Spirit is advising you that this is a great opportunity for you to manifest the changes. So, right, death is endings, which brings new beginnings, change, transformation, transition, and the end of a cycle, the end of a very turbulent cycle in all of this sword energy. So ultimately, your guides are here to let you know that you have the choice. You have the opportunity to free yourself from the shackles and the burdens. Now, for those of you that are mourning the loss of a loved one, a child, a mother, of course, that's extremely difficult and heartbreaking. However, what do you want for yourself, right? Do you want to create a certain life? Do you want to get back on a certain path that you once envisioned? And if you do, then you can move through the despair, right? You are still able to get into that pentacle energy, that practical energy, while at times still dealing with the heartache. So tarot is not to substitute for professional or legal advice, but for those of you that may need to seek community, especially with dealing with the loss of a child or etc., the cards are advising you to look into support groups for that. That can be truly helpful for you. And to forgive yourself for feeling like you should have been there. You could have prevented it. I'm hearing bad mom for some of you. Yeah, that's pretty tough energy, guys. That's pretty tough energy. And I think that if you've been guided to find support groups or therapy, which has been coming through a lot in some of my readings, then the cards are the cards are definitely aligning for you to take that step. Queen of Cups, right? So compassionate, comfort, calm, helping, emotionally stable, healing, caring, intuitive, receptive. So this is who you are. This is who you were. Water season. Water signs are coming through. Pisces season is coming through. So I definitely think that some of you could actually be in a connection with a Pisces or another water sign, Cancer or Scorpio, and they can be helping you find that nurturing energy and that compassionate energy, that healing energy, that caring energy, that intuition you once had before you went through that very heartbreaking life experience. So and if you're not dealing with someone right now, the advice is to get yourself back to that place, because I believe that is who you are at your core. You are a lover, you are a giver, and it's to try to awaken that back within yourself. The person that you lost, you know, there's so many ways that you can connect with them, because physically in the 3D it won't be very possible for them to return. But if you wanted to meditate and think about them and ask them to guide you, and just know that they are with you. They are with you. They are around you. They are the air, the water you drink, the sun that you feel beaming down on you. So the air that you breathe, right? Let's see what else we got for you, Leos. Knight of Swords. Yeah, so I see you getting the ambitious energy back, being fearless, taking action, changing of lifestyle. So changing the lifestyle that has been keeping you stuck, right? I see you making the first 3 months a month of intention to shift from that heavy, what is heavy? I don't know, guys, but to shift from that heavy sword energy that's keeping you stuck, and using sword energy from the Knight of Swords to propel, to move you forward. So that's what you're going to be doing. Let's get your advice. More advice. So if this reading does resonate with you, please do like and subscribe, comment. I am available for personal readings for those of you that are interested in a personal guidance session with me. I also offer guided meditations, which is such a great way to heal. And yeah, check out my website and we can connect. So with Aries here, and it being the Three of Wands, there's definitely some teamwork, I think, that's going to happen at the end of this first quarter. In Aries season, you're going to be planning, expanding. There may be some overseas opportunities for you. For those of you that have been thinking about starting a business, or you already have a business, there may be some overseas opportunities, or you may just be thinking about taking a cruise, going on a cruise somewhere overseas. So yeah, your advice is to keep developing, keep moving forward, go at a pace that's comfortable for you, but do challenge yourself. The Knight of Wands. Yep. And as you do this, you're gonna like get your mojo back, right? So for those of you that are experiencing insomnia, you probably have little to no energy to engage in anything on an intimate level. So it's definitely giving that your energy, your passion is gonna come back with this inspired action. And let's get one more card for you, just your advice for the first quarter. The Hangman. Delays, resistance. Yeah, so I definitely think that feeling like a victim, it's to remind you to work on the positive changes, focus on the growth, right? Focus on the positivity, and that will help shift the focus from feeling like a victim and the fear of letting go, the delays, the resistance, the lack of control. Like, it is so powerful how our energy bends to our thoughts. So your advice is to focus on creating the energy that's more aligned with the pentacle energy, the grounding energy, and that's it, guys. I think I'm going to wrap it there. This was definitely an interesting reading, Leos. Again, if you want a personal, definitely check my website out. I um i was deciding that, side note, that I wasn't going to continue zodiacs because it's a lot. I also channel a lot of twin flame energy, and those readings are quite extensive, so to do 12 zodiacs has been a challenge for me. But there are a few, I think you may be the second one, that I think I'm going to come back, Leo, and we'll do another check-in. Yeah, we'll do another check-in just to gauge where you are and what other advice that you need. But let me get you, if I could find the deck, an angel guide, just as a final message to help you remove yourself from the victim mentality and the sword energy that's covering you up, right? Use that sword for purpose. Use that sword to cut away fears and things that are no longer serving you. So let's just get you one final message from this. One thing about readers, will say final message 1,000 times. Okay, we didn't have to shuffle much, so let's see. Listen deeply. I love that that card came out, especially for those where I was connecting with you losing a loved one, a mom, a son, a young child. And I had mentioned earlier about taking the time to meditate and to connect with them and know that they are here. They are here in spirit, and they are guiding you. So, and you can build a relationship with them in the 5D, one that's healing and nurturing. So, Listen Deeply says, angels are sending you guidance and inspiration through your powerful and resonant inner voice. Be ready to listen to that voice now. Listen to yourself. If you aren't able to hear yourself, you'll be blocking your connection to the information, insight, and guidance that can support you going forward. If you've been ignoring or avoiding dealing with something you feel that you feel like you had to do for a long time, your angels are encouraging you to stop. Listen to yourself and do it now. Your expansion and growth depend on it. Yes, your expansion and growth depend on it. So remember, we're leaving this energy, this heavy sword, heartbroken energy, to working on yourself, right? To new beginnings. Your expansion depends on it. If you have received challenging information recently about your life from any source and you are unsure whether to believe it or not, this card, this card assures you that it is pivotal to the unfolding of your freedom and joy. So listen deeply. Love this card. The whispers of your inner voice are subtle, and it takes patience and willingness to hear them. Often, this voice can seem intensely honest and direct, but that's because it wants us to home in on truth in order to grow. Often we don't like the truth. The inner voice is giving us and refuse to listen. But all we are doing is blocking the guidance that is coming forward for us. The truth of that matter is that our inner voice is always working in our favor, and divine guidance is always loving and supportive. It will be direct and insightful, but won't make us feel low. If you are unsure what information is guidance and what is based on fear or ego, call on angels to help you hear and understand the information that's rising up within. You can also invite them to clear old messages so that you can have more space energetically for guidance that is relevant to the present moment. Wow. I truly recommend that you replay this video and go to that last part from the Angel Guide book. Go to that passage. That was your message. That is your advice. Listen deeply. Allow yourself to receive those honest, intuitive messages that's allowing you to create space to transform and break cycles that have not been serving you and no longer serving you. So, Leos, my prayers are with you. I feel a special connection to this reading. And if you want to explore this reading with me in a more personal level, again, check out my website in the description box below. Have a safe and wonderful evening, morning, night, whatever time of day, and be well.